When I was delivering my speech, I think you were not there, and I asked question all of them, how many entrepreneurs have already enjoyed bank finance? So nobody has raised their hand. I don't know why. Still I want to ask, how many entrepreneurs are facing problem to get finance? So all of you are rich people looks like. How many entrepreneurs have enjoyed collateral-free loan? No one is there? Are you aware about how to avail this collateral-free loan? Anyway, Ashwini Kumarji, since your bank is very much ahead with the objective to set up the SME factory in India, first your bank, which is focused more on empowerment of SME sector, when Mr. Anil, I forgot his name, Khandelwalji, the chairman of the bank, he was keen to support the Indian SME sector, and from Maharashtra, Gujarat, South, and other places. So, what is your observation while working in this region and other region, where SME sector facing problem while approaching the bank? Take the mic, please.
So, okay, thank you, Chandrakant sir. In 2008, actually, what sir is telling that in 2008, our chairman at that time, Dr. Anil Khandelwal, he has started this. He was a son of businessman. So I think that somewhere it was going in his mind. So the purpose main was because just to create, because if one branch is there, they are having 100 types of work. If it goes to regional office, RM is also, regional manager is also having various works. So that's why they thought that one dedicated wing should be there who will take care for the need of the only SME customer. So that's why we call it as a SME loan factory. Just like a factory, when they are doing only one job, they are only giving sanction, it goes to the branches, disbursement happens there. So that main motto was to reduce the turnaround time, so that when you are reaching there, they will be doing only one work, so that's why they are facilitating in that way. Even by getting the excited result from there, sir, we have now we have done 359 branches across the India. We say it is a SME focused branch. So we are now putting one, some area we will create that SME customer launch. So there they will not do only SME, but when we just now also we have given the target, we have reduced their target in agriculture and retail. Rather, we have enhanced their target in MSME, because MSME focused like that we have given the name. So there's the rating, annual rating happens of all officers also. It is on the line with that. That also we are just taking as a new step. Last year we have started. So this year we are trying to excel in that area. As far as sir was telling that collateral free, actually collateral free, many a times I am telling that even it is not known to the people. It's not only the fault of the banker. Of course, when you come, that what I am telling, that is fine. I may not be telling you, but if you will go to the site, even in our bank over the site also, if you will see, there is a SME segment, area is separate, retail is there, now there is a business segmentation is there. So there you can see, that's why in my speech also I told that now it is 10 crores collateral free loan is there, and I am telling you, when I was talking to my AGM, after this meeting I will again interact. I am having 4-5 hours leisure period. I am going by 9:30 flights, that's why I have taken deliberately to interact with this, not only to just deliver the speech here. Whosoever is there, who are dealing the business in SME loan factory, SME focused branches, and few other branches where SME business is sizable. I am today also going to guide them, because those days have gone, that collateral and all. Collateral also, it is a back of the mind. Bankers are having some cushion. Okay, it is good collateralized, but if you will see, even government of India, in case of any eventuality, they are also paying the money to the bank. It is through one trust, it is there, government of India has created within 3 months. So even if sometimes the account goes bad also, so in that case, bankers are getting by selling those property in 6 months. So what is better? It is better that CGTMSE coverage. So actually, but the mindset should be shifted. Actually, if I have worked for 15 years in that environment, overnight, even I am telling it appears more theoretical aspect, or okay, government has told. So change is a little difficult for anybody. So that is there. Otherwise, from government perspective, I am feeling it is very good effort has been taken this time. 5 to 10 and 10 to 20 also I told already in case of exporters. So these things we are also I can tell you that we are also compelling from the corporate office to just shift the approach actually that we are doing. So it is not here only, it is throughout India such issue is there, it is not only in Coimbatore or somewhere. So what I will request, you should also know that, and again I am telling you these things you should see, you should also see rate of interest, what is there, processing charge, what is there, because now options are too much. But only thing I will tell you that sometimes you have to take care of everything, balance is also to be kept by you. For example, I am telling somebody, you give me 1 crore rupee in 1 month, I will return 2 crore, and you are giving me 1 crore, then I think you are the owner of the fund, you can throw it in any ocean also. Because in 1 month, if it is happening, this 1 crore, 2 crore, so then after that I will be somewhere, God type of thing, you cannot see me. Okay, so these type of things are there. So you have to be balanced. If somebody is giving proposition, you have to see whether it can be done in the Indian ecosystem, what he is committing. So sometimes I may commit too much, it may not be in writing. So you have to be just little balanced. But what sir was telling, we are also focusing more towards that, going towards the non-collateralized, because it is one sort of assurance there from the government. So banker is not having trouble. Actually, why bankers were into that thought process, what sir was hinting, I already told in my speech, we are the custodian of the depositors also. We have to return the money to them also. That is what will the fate of the bank. Because if you pressurize too much, you will choke my neck. If I will not exist, how you can grow further? So you have to also take care to your benefit as well. The bank should also be alive. So there should be balance. That way I told the balance should be there. Having said that, I am not telling you should not come to us for the interest rate reduction or this. I am not telling that, but there should be balance, and we are also open for that. Thank you.
Okay. Madam Sudharani ji, when you have given speech, I don't know whether you observed there are many women entrepreneurs sitting here. How many? 4 or 5, 6? So while working in a bank or meeting with the various top corporates or the entrepreneurs from the various parts, what was your role, and particularly Indian Bank's role, for the creating women entrepreneurship, empowering women entrepreneurs, expanding their business activity in a further business growth?
Even while working in our banking scenario also, we see very few women coming up in the career also, because the balancing between the family and the job is a very difficult task. That's why out of our entire general managers also, only out of 40 people, only 5, 6 people are even in the working conditions. Very few people will take the opportunity and balance. That is a main reason for a woman, because first they have to believe themselves, and they should know how to take support. I always say that only to our teams also, because ladies generally they don't take promotions. Our girls will not go on promotions. So with that we will set an example to them. So in spite of all, like any other person, we will also have the same issues for a housewife or employee. So some of them have taken a decision to get along. So that kind of motivation from my side I have given to my people, my team. So as a general manager also, people can work because ours is the biggest FGMO in the entire Pan India. We know FGMO is having 10 zones like us, no FGMO is having 620 branches like us, and our business also highest advanced portfolio.
Do you have any figures that how many women entrepreneurs are enjoying finance from your bank?
Yeah, we have the data. So from our side we are trying. Then seeing the many girls, many women in the banking sector also, we are encouraging from the SAG point of view. We have lakhs of women coming up like this. This started actually, the movement actually started. For the past so many years it is that is not moving in the required momentum. Even now, very few people are in the employee side also, it is like that only. From business perspective also, now some change recently what I have seen in the areas Tirupur and Namakkal, daughters of the entrepreneurs, they are
taking ahead baton.
So they are only having an opportunity, seeing their parents, they are doing MBA, they are going abroad, and they are coming back and they are joining the parents in supporting. Slowly I have seen some of the girls joining that at a very young age. They are doing, but from the normal areas very less people are there. Of course our role is, bankers role is very much is there. When more number of women employees are coming up, then we will be able to reach out to them. seeing me how many people, many women are taking promotions. Seeing the bankers, women in the banker area, customers also will be comfortable in approaching them. Generally, that difference is always there, which we cannot ignore actually. Little discrimination and all is available. But still, people are coming forward from a banker side also. More number of women are there. Okay. Entrepreneurs also, many are there in our fold. So, SHGs especially, I can say, there is a big momentum started. Up to 20 lakhs we are giving to SHG members because as a team. Because SHG we have not seen a SHG of men. We see SHG of women only. So it started, it takes little more time because we are telling them to get educated. That will take them to a different platform. So basically education is very much required for women to take higher
my suggestion will be through you to send to Mr. Sujay Malik and Mr. Vinod Kumar that to take forward a next step by Indian Bank to recognize the women entrepreneur from all India level, so that looking at their success story, their other women entrepreneurs follow their path. Are you agree with me? Yes. So you take for lead.
Definitely.
That we want to recognize around say 1,000 women entrepreneurs all India level, and I will invite FM to felicitate that.
Definitely, sir.
Okay.
We'll take it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now coming back to the supply chain. So many entrepreneurs sitting here, they are focusing more on supply chain. And as I earlier said, concreting and development and infrastructure development is a big role of our Larsen and Toubro. So Arun, while dealing with particularly the SME sector manufacturer, what is the lacking when they entered into supply chain? Either for a quality, quantity, focusing on the development or a technological development, or they just focus on the competitiveness or price?
It is more to do with the quality part to start with. Say, whenever an SME or gets an order, they have certain specifications in place. So generally, when the specification matches, then they will start discussing on the competitiveness on the prices. So if in certain cases, it is only the price which comes into picture. Probably there are certain brands like they have to go with steel-related product, let's say for example. In steel-related products, there are two categories. One is primary steel and one is secondary steel. So if they say like they have to go with primary steel, then only SAIL or Vizag and Tata Steel or JSWL comes into picture. And in case of secondary, there are multiple players who are present. For example, in Kumudi and all, we have almost like all TMT manufacturers, secondary players are based out of Kumudi. There is always a price gap of about 3,000 to 4,000 rupees per metric ton. So in case of primary steel, if the requirement is there, then they will go for SAIL or Vizag and negotiation happens there. But if there is an opportunity for them to go with a secondary player, then they will start negotiating very, very, very hard in terms of the secondary players, because there is always a fluctuation with reference to the pricing part, and it all depends on the London Stock Exchange, the commodity prices. So that comes into picture, and based on that, they take a decision accordingly. So that is how it has been in terms of competitiveness. People always look for the basic quality. If that matches, then probably then they will start negotiating more on the pricing part. So that is how it works.
So you give the verified green stamp.
Right.
When you identify the manufacturer or
Right.
supplier who is following your terms.
Right.
So following your terms, that means they are a capable company, viable
Exactly.
company.
Exactly.
So that means both the bankers can, catch that customer for
yeah.
further
Exactly,
support.
exactly. That is how it will work.
Yes. So both the banks are supporting for manufacturing. Even Sufin is supporting for the supply chain. So drip capital, how can jump into for promotion of exports, or companies those are facing problem to take advantage for the export finance?
Hello everyone, so myself Sundar, so I have not done my presentation yet, so I wanted to introduce that. So I am from Drep Capital, so many of the exporters in India knows Drep Capital very well. So how banks are supporting in terms of PCFC, OD, CC, so these kind of pre-shipment for exports, so we are going to support in terms of post-shipment. So how it happens is, so nowadays exporters are like manufacturers if you take, so those people are like very conjugated in terms of buyer credibility. So if I do exports, Will I get the payment on time? So will the buyer make payment immediately? Will the buyer make payment in 30 days or 60 days? So that's why Drep Capital has invented a product called post-shipment bill discounting. So where we are going to support Indian exporters, after your shipment, you submit your scanned copies of all your bill of lading shipping documents to us, get 80 to 90% upfront. You can utilize that payment to knock off your PC, or you can utilize that payment to knock off your OD or CC. Accordingly, you can minimize your cost of interest in terms of pre-shipment. In terms of post-shipment, again, we are going to come under 10-11% per annum. So where your profit margin comes around to 20 to 30% if you are doing overseas business. So that's what I would say. Like, please, I would request you to start doing exports more. So in terms of, I met so many exporters, manufacturers here. They will tell, sir, the buyer is 10-year-old and buyer is making payment very late, and how can you support me? So before you get a purchase order from the buyer, you give it to such export factoring
Sundara
companies.
Pandianji, how you are different than ECGC?
Sir?
ECGC.
ECGC.
Hmm.
So basically ECGC is a government body which I can't comment on that. So we are tied up with the global insurance companies like RTDS and Euler. So these both companies give an insurance limit for that particular buyer. So for example, we'll generate a report before funding an invoice, whether the buyer is credible enough to make payment to the seller, how is he performing global level, whether any crime history on the buyer, whether any litigation history is on the buyer. So we are analyzing all these things before even start funding. So we'll get an insurance cover, and we'll cover on all the aspect. If in case any war situation in your country, your buyer country, if in case any kind of sea theft happen, if in case any kind of tsunami, if in case bankruptcy filed by the buyer, insolvency, so any kind of these things, we can be covered 100%. So that's what I would suggest here. Like before you start exports, you check with us by giving your buyer details. We'll thoroughly analyze the buyer. Whether if we give a go ahead, then you start your exports. We'll give 80 to 90% upfront for you once your shipping documents are ready. So recently we have launched PO funding also. So while I do my presentation, I'll tell you.
So how the Bank of Baroda and Indian Bank, this question to both of you, supporting the SME sector or manufacturing industry, especially exporters, to get the trade finance?
Actually, I already touched that we are having now one Bob Insta app. I was telling that just because customer is getting the document, and if they are producing in 4 or 5 days, they may lose this what exchange rate is there. So immediately the document you are having, you can just upload and the process will start. So within 24 hours, generally, if any discrepancy is not there, we are just paying this. So that is one side. If you want this any LC to be open, foreign LC, that also just application you put there itself. So no need to go to the branch. So these type of things, digital channel we have made, because unless until digital is not there, after 5 years, the way India is progressing digital side, we will be behind. So we have already put that. And apart from that, one more thing I can tell, because I was in Dubai for 3.5 years. Our bank is there, 5 branches are there in UAE. We are having this 96 branches in 19 countries. So you tell where their Indian diaspora is in good numbers, we have already opened, be it in New York, be it in London, we are having 12 branches, so Mauritius, then Singapore, Australia, wherever you feel that. So most of the places we are there, in even African country, Uganda, Kenya, Botswana. So we are there. So if you want the support from Bank of Baroda to Bank of Baroda, the fund movement is very seamless from here to there, there to here. So these all things, because if I was in Dubai, I recall few of the persons, not from whole Tamil Nadu I can tell, but from Coimbatore side, many persons were there. Coimbatore, Karnataka and Kerala. Most of the businessmen were there. So their fund movement was very easy, because our server is having only one firewall from here to there and there to here. So, but immediately it moves. So these type of support, if you are just seeing an all type of trade finance this facility, what is available with any bank, anywhere, that you can get it.
Okay.
One thing, just I will take whenever you touch
Yeah,
that
please,
ladies
Women
thing.
entrepreneurs.
Actually, women entrepreneur. Actually, I would like to say that government of India has come with very good this scheme, that is Mahila Swavlamban. So ladies that self-dependence, that is starts from 20 lakh and it goes up to 7.5 crore. So the ladies who are sitting here, that is fine. But apart from that, I will request all the gentlemen, you can also think of, you can see that your daughter should come as a entrepreneur,
Why
because
not wife they can encourage for the becoming entrepreneur,
they-
competitor for them?
no, many a times we are only thinking that my son should do that. That's why I'm telling you, go for, you give this existing to the son, but you go for diversification and you make this daughter also to like entrepreneur, because seven.
encourage their spouses also, because many of the units they will start in their wife's name only, but she will never come into the.
And they will not allow to take a decision.
So actually what good thing has happened, earlier this limit was 7.5 crore, but CGTMSE coverage was only up to 5 crore, but now it has gone to 10. So whatever Mahila Swavlamban limit is there, 7.5, now 100% is being covered under that. So that is the benefit that happened in this budget. So you get this and popularize this scheme, because unless until many of the persons are not knowing, we are discussing in this forum, again this we will not talk. So what my request is, we are not having marketing division so strong, credit marketing I mean. So when you understood, when you are taking tea at the tea shops or somewhere, you are chit-chatting, you just disseminate the information, this society or people and the bank, the country, everybody will grow. Thank you.
Ashwini Kumarji, to increase the women entrepreneurship and collateral-free loan, best way, ignore the fees you are charging.
Fee is also government sponsored. You see, I have also seen in madams also. It is all government product. We cannot put anything. Government has already made
But
everything.
SBI has done 10 years. They have not charged any single rupee for any loan proposal under the CGTMSE scheme. Anyway, that is a policy matter. I
No,
will
but
also push.
what I'm telling, if Mahila Swavlamban, there we will not. I don't know that up to
No,
10
up
crore
to-
there's a
हाँ,
policy matter,
yes,
but
हाँ.
up to what government has told, we cannot charge.
Okay.
That is we are clear.
You want to say about exports, sir?
Yeah. We are having FXPC, centralized processing center at Chennai. So branches need not worry. They can upload the same thing. They can upload the documents and it can be done. And we are regularly training some officers in the foreign exchange areas. And we are posting them to the branches to support the experts. Otherwise, they don't have any idea about the experts. They cannot support the customers also. Regularly we are training and we have the list of people. Whenever we are posting them to respective branches. Whenever some inquiry comes also, they are able to attend. That is giving good results now.
See, I am working with a lot of regulators, particularly interacting with the from RBI governor to Prime Minister. So we work ground level, we work higher level also. And 4 of you are working in a ground level because you are interacting with the top level and ground level and bottom level people. So I want suggestion or your observation in 1 word or 2 words. If we have to achieve Viksit Bharat, what will be the initiatives and precautionary measures should be taken by the industry, SME and entrepreneurs? Start with the madam. Quick, fire.
Yeah, actually, basically credit will be very strong only when the monitoring is proper. That's what, that's a simple logic I always find. Just like giving the some disbursement of the some loan and leaving the customer expecting that they will pay properly. Proper monitoring of any account will solve all the problems, because that's what we always do. Monitoring of any account, interacting with the customer, making the customer aware of what he is supposed to do, because 75%, 25% only is customer's contribution, 75% is a banker's money. So actually, banker is the original owner of that business. That particular aspect should be there in the banker. Then, if they feel that my money, then things will go well. Simple logic, sir. That's what.
Arun.
I think you told about 2 words only. So I'll say adopt digital. So adopt digital, I think over the last 10 years, I believe people have adopted digitally quite a lot in terms of reaching out to your right products in terms of right price. So ideally, I would say go digital. I mean, try to simplify things and always do things, smart work in terms of identifying the right product or the right suppliers for you. So, I mean, that's about it, like adopt digital. Yeah.
Being a Bank of Baroda SME factory, a manufacturing supporter, what is your thought process or your role, means banker's role, for enhancement of the manufacturing activity in tier 2, tier 3 cities by providing finance to the industries?
Actually, first, what you told that I would like to add there also. Actually, what is required? I think it should be discipline. Discipline is required from both the sides. For example, for bankers, there is a government of India made this board of directors, then many regulators like RBI, and all are there. So that is the discipline, and if we are deviating, we have to take approval from higher authority. We are deviating from this existing guideline. The same thing is there from the promoter side should also be there, because if you are not disciplined, for example, discipline, don't take otherwise. For example, you are getting fund from Bank of Baroda, Indian Bank, this drip capital, everybody, this supply
But
chain
SME
finance,
sector is
and
not like a Vijay Mallya.
no. What I'm telling, that they are very big, but I'm telling sometimes fund availability is remaining. So you are the best judge. You know how much I can liquidate. What is my earning? Because sometimes we are getting into debt trap. So I would like to say that you know better. I cannot know better than you know yourself. So you should fix ki kaise grow karna, how much I have to grow, how to grow. And whatever your earning is there is my personal feeling, because I have seen some more than 25 years, so 2-3 times ups and downs I have seen this in the economy. So if you are earning 100, net profit is 100 rupees, take 10 to 15% in some or other form. It may not be cash, it may be gold, it may be something, some investment, so that in the bad times, sometimes this economy goes in a little tough time. At that time, those things will always see towards the lenders, and some tough time it is not coming support, then we are business facing some. What I will suggest, always keep 10 to 15%, 20%. Overnight, we should not aim such high. So that discipline, I am just hinting, you might be knowing where I am coming from. So that will be my request.
Okay. Since 2024 to 25th financial year, India has achieved $820 billion exports. So what is the drip capital's contribution for enhancement of further exports?
So I would suggest everyone that make spontaneous decisions. So I would say that only. Like nowadays exporters are feeling about that who is going to be responsible for my shipment. So we are there, like banks are there, we are like private entities like Drep Capital and few other factoring companies are there. Leave 100% risk on us and make spontaneous decisions. And we are going to be working on the basis of data globally and this thing. So as sir asked me that how Drep Capital has supported exporters previous year and this year. So previous year we have funded around 200 million US dollars. So current outstanding with Drep Capital is 148 million. So till date for exports, and we have few other products also, import factoring and few other against PO funding and everything. So the final note which I would tell is, like if you wanted to start exports, take guidance from us. You can start, like I'm doing domestic, sir, I want to start exports. This is a buyer. Can you check and tell me? I'm there to check and tell you in next 48 hours to 72 hours. So I can revert you whether the buyer is good or not, whether you can work or not. So how is the credibility and everything? So that's what I would say. Make spontaneous decisions and leave 100% risk on these factoring companies and banks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. It's very interesting. And Haji, you have a question? Yes, please.
You have been very.
Yeah, you can talk. You are loud.
I'm loud enough.
Yes.
No, first of all,
Narendra Modi can hear you now.
I appreciate the efforts which you have taken, and you have been asking the Coimbatore entrepreneurs to speak, but nobody spoke. Why? Because you put the questions about the finance. And you know, जब आदमी थोड़ा पेन में होता है तो कहता है भाई दर्द कैसा है, डॉक्टर पूछता है तो बोलता है दर्द है. जब दर्द बहुत बढ़ जाता है तो आवाज़ खत्म हो जाती है.
Speak in English so all people will understand.
I said the patient which has a small pain, so the doctor asks कि how is the pain? So he says कि हाँ थोड़ा है.
But you know,
little
some
bit.
entrepreneurs
But-
are, when they approach doctor or banker, they said my head is paining.
Never, jokes apart. So the finance is the only problem for the entrepreneurs. You know, and everybody knows it. And the biggest bottleneck of the growth of the business is the bankers. They are the biggest bottleneck. Policies are made by
So
the
you
government
want to
of
say
India.
the bankers are not
Yes.
providing funding?
No, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to you see, the policies are made by the government of India. It's beautiful with your efforts. But everything is rooted through bankers. And bankers are biggest bottleneck. Why they are biggest bottleneck? As Mr. Kumar says, the money, what he is handling is not his money. It's somebody else's money.
You may be,
But
see,
the
you
question-
may be right, because I am a member of Monetary Policy Review Committee. I attend regularly meeting with the RBI governor and RBI deputy governors, all the bankers, all MDs of the banks knows me very well. We
Yes,
work
yes.
very closely with the bank. The point is, no bank will say no to your proposal if it is viable. इनकी, मैं सच बताऊं कि इनकी हिम्मत नहीं बैंक की बोलने की, उल्टा वो बुला रहे, देखिए बैंकर का स्पीच,
सालुंके
if the
साहब,
banker
ये
listen,
हाँ.
if the banker speech is over, they will leave the room and they will go. But why they are here to meet you? See, usually the bankers, and why I invited again to discuss with the same way.
Huh.
So we will have a discussion while
No, you're right. What you're saying
You
is,
have any,
I fully agree with
huh,
that. But the reason being,
Specific
because
question,
the CGTMSE, when it comes, CGTMSE is the change which has happened, and that is how the industry is getting benefited. But still, Mr. Kumar and Mr. Rani will agree with me that down the line to the branch level, still the branch manager, if you go and ask for the loan, he will not talk about CGTMSE. He will ask, कि आपके पास collateral कितना है, right? So that is getting percolated. I'm not saying it is getting,
No,
it's
you will
now
be
getting
happy to know
percolated.
Sidbi person is here? You know, when Mr. Prakash Nimbalkar was the chairman and I was a member of advisory board of the CGTMSE and SIDBI, in 2001, we have pursued, I suggested for a collateral-free loan, and it is implemented in 2002. First was 25, we pursued for the 50, 1 crore, the 50. 50 become 1 crore, and 1 crore become 2 crore, 2 crore become 5 crore, now 10 crore, and also now 100 crore is there.
I have a question
So
for
you
you,
should,
Salanki Saab. CGTMSE, can you tell me that all the banks has some criteria that so much funding they have to do every year? How much is the funding, sir, CGTMSE percentage of finance you do? The question to you
Data.
also, ma'am. How much percentage?
No, I'm not having data.
Allah, what I'm saying is the government of India or RBI, because you're rubbing shoulders with all these people,
All
is there
figures
any,
on
let me
CGTMSE
see,
website.
sir, 1 minute. क्या हम ये कह सकते हैं, do with your efforts, can you put in that SBI, Bank of Baroda, all these banks? Target. So
Okay,
that
that's
they
good
will,
question, good suggestion.
so that they will be, and we as a small scale entrepreneurs, it should not be left to me, because we have no qualification, we are technocrats. We concentrate on the product, we don't concentrate on the
Your
finance.
suggestion taken seriously.
Yes, sir.
That's why I insisted, madam, to
Appreciate.
take care of, particularly women entrepreneurs.
Appreciate.
Similarly, supply chain, similarly, manufacturing, similarly,
Yeah.
exports.
Huh.
Thank you very much for your
Salongi
suggestion.
sahab, last question to you again, because you have a very high profile. आप जो है, जब you're rubbing shoulder with the top brass, please see that, madam is repeating the same, he is repeating the same, all the nationalized bank, why don't they have one package for all the banks? They must have one package.
They are come up with some.
They are coming with that.
Yes, same
So I'm on
formalities
the
will be
right
there,
track.
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
a lot.
you all the, speakers. Thank you. Thank you for, support and taking care of the problems and issues of our SME sector. Thank you.
One thing I would like to just respond to your question. Just, I am leaving to the audience to decide. We have to pay the interest on deposit. That you all know. So if I am not there to finance, I cannot survive. Of how we are surviving, not surviving, to whom I am financing, that is I am leaving up to you. Only thing I am telling, what importance is there to accept the deposit. I think more important for us to lend that, because otherwise it will be liability to me. Nobody wants on his head liability. So that is the real crux of the banking. So then I am leaving up to you how the things are moving. We have to leave it out more.
Ashwini
Thank you.
Kumarji, we have to suggest how we identify the buyer, how we take a risk while identifying the buyer. Similarly, banks are taking risk or precautions to lend any company.